So we've come away from the beach a little bit into a nice little Spanish town. What would you say, probably about halfway down the length of Spain at the moment?
Yeah,
something like that. Sun's come out, absolutely gloriously blue sky, not a cloud in sight. So no doubt the vans are getting loads of solar today, which is good news. And we're going to take a little walk up the top of the hill. There's a castle right at the very top here that we're going to check out. And then we've just passed like a little fair. It's Saturday today, so it's a weekend. And they've got like a fairground on in the centre of town. So on the way back down, no doubt we'll check that out and see what's going on. Spot the heavy breathers.
Can't talk.
Just a little bit of a climb, but rewarded by the view. Oh look, there's the amphitheatre down there. Look. Obviously still using it today for shows and that. Looks like it's been sort of refurbished a little bit. The rest of the castle going up the hill there, behind it. And then this amazing view of the town down below. You can hear the band playing in the distance down in the square. They've got some sort of fete on today. Massive church in the centre there, huge great big bell tower. And then if I pan round a little bit more, I might be able to just show you, there's a long brown building with a grey roof, which is just about, hang on, whoop, that building there, and then just down by the side of it there's a white Sprinter. I can just see it just there. So I know a few of you guys have been asking us to show you what we eat in the van, but when you're in another country you want to sample some of their food, don't you? So as we're in Spain, it makes sense for us to be having tapas.
That means we need a bravasco.
Bravasco. Oh, there we go.
So potato bravasco.
There's more food coming out.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, sorry, with fig.
More food. We'll be back in a minute. Right, so here we go, guys. I'll give you a quick tour around the table. I won't give you the Spanish, unfortunately. But basically, toast, caramelised onions, brie and marmalade. That's nice. Again, toast, onions, brie and...
Fig jam.
Oh, like a chutney.
Yeah. We've got chicken.
A spicy chicken dish, which we've demolished already.
Yeah, it's good, that one.
Bravas and...
Pretty much in English
cheese.
that would be a ham and cheese sandwich.
Ham and cheese sandwich, no? And I've gone for the Spanish omelette on a kind of a tomato pasted toast. But
Don't forget your hummus.
oh yes, and the olive and hummus mix. Delicious. Right, dig in, guys. Nom nom. By the time we'd finished our late lunch and got back down into the town, the fair had finished. So we hopped back into the van and continued our journey south down the west coast of Spain, all the way down to Villajoyosa, just south of Benidorm. Good morning, guys. What time? Well, just about good morning, because it is about 11:30. We did have a bit of a lie-in today because I personally had a couple of solid days of editing and really could do with a sleep. But we're in, where are we?
Spain somewhere.
Yeah, we're in Spain. Somewhere in Spain. Anyway, let me spin the camera around and I'll show you our view this morning. So there we are, there's the two vans. We're just in a free beach car park. A couple of other motorhomes over there. And another couple of vans here, no fan conversion. And another van here. And here's the beach. Oh, that sun's bright, isn't it? Oh, lovely. Nice sandy beach as well. Last couple we've been on have been all pebbles and shingle, but this is lovely sand here. The sea's really calm today. Bit of mist in the distance on the mountains there. And then the rest of the resort in front of us, but Inside our van this morning when we woke up, it was about 25 degrees with the sun baking down on it. Lovely and warm. As I say, proper sort of t-shirt and shorts weather now, and hopefully that will continue. So the good thing is now the sunshine is out and the solar panels are getting loads of power, we can afford to be off grid a little bit longer. So over the next few days we've found some really nice little beach park ups. Going to make sure we've got water and food on board, and then we're going to go off grid for a few days and enjoy some really nice views. First day on the beach. I'm the only one who's been brave enough to venture into the shorts though. Cooper's enjoying himself, look, running around like a lunatic. Alright Coop! Ooh. I got my feet in some real sand for the first time.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a bit fresh. Too cold to swim in. So just before we went to the beach, we was in full sunshine. Now we're in the full shade of that tree, and I was getting 184 watts in the sun, and now I'm getting 2.8, oh no, 2.6. Basically nothing. So that just proves you need to be in the sun. Just for now, while the sun's still out, we've come down to the little resort here. Quite a few guys out. Look, this is a Sunday as well, don't forget. We've got a jug of sangria on the go.
Nice.
Cheers, Mandy.
Cheers, Greg.
You guys not got a drink?
No, me and Lou are on alcohol 3 days apparently.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Anyway, cheers, guys. Here's another little tip for you, especially when you're travelling around in the winter months, when during the day it's probably nice and sunny, like today it's absolutely glorious, but at night time, as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature does drop quite dramatically. So what you can do is open up the van or open up your curtains, allow the sun in, and what that'll do is that'll warm up everything that's in the van. All your furniture and everything will get nice and warm, and then when the sun goes down, all that furniture and everything that's in there that's warm will continue to radiate heat throughout the evening. So during the winter, you know, it's a good little tip that, just to keep your van warm night and day. Obviously during the summer I wouldn't advise it during the summer because it would just get too hot in there, you know, it'd be absolutely roasting. But yeah, good little tip that for the winter time. Right, so it's been a couple of weeks since I cleaned the van, and to be honest I think it's the most disgusting it's ever been. It's absolutely minging, look at that. So time to give it a good wash, I think. Always make sure I keep a bucket of car wash sponge in the back of the van. It always seems to go better when it's cleaner. All these dusty roads and filthy. Mind you, we haven't done it for a couple of weeks, have we? So I've got an important thing to do today. While the guys are back at the camp there sorting out the vans, I'm on the old trusty bike. And I'm just heading into town because in 10 days time it's my daughter's birthday. Alright Lisa, if you're watching, I love you loads babe. And I've got to make sure that she gets a birthday card on time, so heading into the local post office, make sure I put that on a track service so it arrives for her birthday. Lovely morning though, absolutely glorious. Beautiful sunshine, clear blue skies. What better than a little stroll along the old prom on the old push bike? Beautiful. So we've taken full advantage of this little overnight stop at the campsite. Van's had a complete wash, top to bottom. Cleaned the solar panels up on the roof to make sure I'm getting the most out of my solar. Filled up the water tanks, both the onboard tank and the one underneath, so we've got plenty of water. And we did fill up with LPG the day before we came here. So all the tanks are nice and full, ready for a few days of off-gridding. I'm sure down the roads that John's taking us down, that van's not going to stay clean long though. So we're continuing our journey south down the east coast of Spain. We've gone past some of the major cities, Benidorm, Valencia, Alicante, and we're just trying to find some more little wild beach park ups really. Well, not so much beach, but right on the coast, you know, so we've got a nice view of the sea. And this one that we're heading to now, hopefully we can get parked in there. It's right out on a little peninsula jutting out into the Mediterranean, so we should have a really good little spot. Little rocky outcrop, sea all around us. You know, it should be really nice to have a little wild park up there. No services, just a car park, bit of a gravelly car park, but yeah, it should be a nice little spot hopefully. Weather's still gorgeous, beautiful blue skies, sun is shining. Yeah, it's proper shorts and t-shirt weather now, so happy days.
Turn right onto Calais Cabo Falcon, then turn left onto Calais Punta Elena.
It might be a bit breezy, but we're parked right on this little peninsula. There's a lighthouse. There's a tiny little cafe there which is closed. There's John and Mandy's van. And then the sun's just setting over the hills in the distance there. Lovely little park up this is going to be. This little rocky peninsula here, there's no sort of made car park or made road. It is designated as a parking space, but it's really rocky. I mean, as we drove in here yesterday, any one of these big lumps of rock that are sticking up out of the ground here could have ruptured a water pipe or gas line or something, so just be a little bit careful. Some of them are quite big, and it's really sloping. And you can see on the fence line there, you can see the upright posts, the way the fences are. It's quite a bit of a slope, so we had to put the vans up on the little ramps just to try and level them out a bit. John's is probably a little bit worse than mine. He's on quite a bit of a slope up there. Morning, John. All right.
Oh, morning.
There's Coopy. All right, Coop. How you doing, lad? Oh, all right. Yeah, so you have to be a bit careful driving around here because you could easily damage the underside of your van or something. So we'll have to watch it when we come out of here today. But sun's just coming up over John's van there. Gorgeous morning again. A bit fresh today. Up here it is anyway. We're really exposed on this little peninsula here. There's nothing around us at all on sort of three sides. You know, we're right by the sea on the cliff face here. Probably about 50-60 metres up, something like that, I guess. And then as we scan round the horizon, John's van, there is a tiny little cafe here, but that's all closed because it's the end of the season, of course. And then you've got this lovely lighthouse here. I'm going to pop up there and have a look at the lighthouse and just see if we can walk around. I don't suppose you can get in it, but just be nice to walk up the path there and take a look at it. We found this park up just using Google Maps, put it on the satellite view, and then just zoom in and scan the coastline for little areas that you can park the vans in. We did have a little pinpoint on it to say it was a car park, but it's very rugged. I mean, you might even struggle getting a car in there. We had to bump up over a curb to get onto this rocky bit of ground, and then it, as I've said, it is quite rough there, so but ideal spot for us, you know, nobody else has camped here at all, so it's just been us here. It's been perfect on the old rocks there. And of course you've got this fantastic panoramic view of the Mediterranean. A little bit foggy in the distance today, the sun's really blazing there, although it's still a bit fresh. And if I come over here you can probably see right down to the water's edge. Be careful I don't go over the edge here. On that. Oh yeah, look at that, look. So here's another little thing to bear in mind, guys, if you're contemplating doing any long-term travelling abroad. We've got a text message from our phone provider today. Because we've been outside of the UK for more than 2 months and we haven't used the phone back in the UK, they're cutting off our EU roaming service. So from now on, any data that we want to use on the phone network is going to be paid for, and it's quite an extortionate rate as well. I think it's about 36p per megabyte, so that's ridiculous. And one YouTube video that I upload would cost me over £500. So we've got another solution. I've got a Skyroam Wi-Fi device which gives me worldwide 4G coverage. Again, it's not a cheap device. It costs me €80 a month for what they reckon is an unlimited service. It's not, it's capped at 1 gigabyte a day. But at least that'll give us some internet connection. Text messages on our mobile phone, they're going to cost us 1p per text, and I think it's 3 pence per minute if we decide to make a phone call. We're on giffgaff. It's very good in the UK, brilliant service, and really, really cheap. You know, you can get unlimited texts and minutes for £10 or £15 a month and no extras. Rolling 30-day contract, and it's on the O2 network, so usually it's really, really good. But I think I've done a little bit of research and I'm pretty sure that it applies to all UK phone networks. If you're outside of the UK for more than 2 months, your EU roaming will be suspended. You need to go back to the UK, you know, use your phone in the UK and then come back out again. But as of today, no more UK EU roaming on our mobile networks. What we might have to do is try and maybe look around for some free Wi-Fi, maybe the odd McDonald's or internet cafe or things like that, if we want to do a lot of heavy sort of YouTube uploads and bits and pieces. But generally, other than that, you know, streaming movies and things like that, won't be able to do that anymore because that just chews up too much data. But just another thing to bear in mind, guys. So we've managed to find this lovely little seaside restaurant, just serving lunch. Got ourselves a nice beer.
Hola.
What's the sun like, John?
The sun is hot. The cider is chilled. The company's brilliant.
Excellent. Bon appetito, guys.
Yeah. Yes, there you go. Oh, you got chips as well. Oh, that's just good. Oh, it does look good. It smells good as well.